You just record
Is this
scores.
on? There we go. They're connected.
Yeah, I just recorded score.
There you go. No, I mean,
Hello,
like,
ladies and
you don't
gentlemen.
need to record.
Welcome.
No.
We are live. We have frisbee.
But man,
What do you mean record scores?
We are currently 1-0 to Hot Sauce.
Yeah.
Record the scores.
No, I did.
UCT
UCT
on
was just asking
offense. Let's see if they can get a nice clean hold going. Damn, apparently we're too loud, so I'm gonna shut up.
Jason, don't you put that on your
Shh, Cameron, everyone can hear us. We're gonna use sign language now. Turn by UCT, Hot Sauce on offense. Nice grab by Mickey. Swings it back to the middle of the field to hit AJ. AJ finds Jamie.
Oh, big huck.
Jamie looks relatively big, doesn't come off. Eliza back on the disc. Some Spirit fans are going to be excited. Eliza, UCT's most spirited player last season.
Eliza dumps to her other UCT player who's studying at UCT right now. Oh, big put. Does she get there? Huge sky off. Oh, and Lauren comes down with it. What
Lauren
a
comes
score.
down. That's huge for fancy.
Eliza to
on the
Lauren.
board. A lot of people's captain, that is. That's 2 points right there. Cameron, get that stat recorded.
That is being recorded right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this CTFDA event. We are in day 0.5, I don't know, of regionals. My co-commentator here, Cameron, struggling to score things at the moment, panicking slightly, maybe even. But Cameron, how are you feeling coming off of your win late last night?
Oh, I'm feeling really good. For those who don't know, we had a Marty's UCT men's derby last night.
I'm not focusing on the polls. How disappointing.
Yeah. An outstanding game. Marty's came off really pushing hard and took the win.
Good stuff, Cammy. I was there. Managed to check that out. So proud. Ek is baie trots op julle.
Why don't you,
I've been
Jason?
practicing my Afrikaans. I just found that in the chair.
yeah.
It's so stale! It's so stale! Why? I've just been given a stale Oreo by Darren. Our other person in the booth.
That he just found in a random chair that Jason.
And I don't know whether I spit this out or I go for the swallow, because I'm not enjoying this.
This is some very professional commentary from here. That is Chris Loverick on the pole, which unfortunately sails out of bounds.
Oh, this is not a good experience.
Rick has been called by Christine.
It's a CTFDA quality.
I hope we're live right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here for vibes.
Christine walks it up to the brick mark and Tori checks the disc in. Oh, sweltering defense, but Dana gets the under. Oh, good swing, gets it off the sideline. Big gainer. Oh, what a grab. And she punts it in.
That's
for
my
the Hot
goat.
Sauce score.
Alex Randall over there. Good stuff. Hasn't been in the Cape Town scene for a while, doing her year abroad. Year abroad. Yeah.
You're abroad.
In the
Where was
Eastern
she?
Cape. Yeah.
Ah.
I don't quite know where that's coming from. Clearly, I had to get up a bit too early this morning. Adam forcing us to be here very early in the commentary booth. Good stuff by Hot Sauce and good game so far.
Yeah.
We don't quite have the scores here. We will work on getting those updated as the game goes on. It is currently 2-1 Hot Sauce.
Because we haven't done it.
Oh, he deleted the scores. That's why. Never mind.
I think it's 2-1.
back now.
Cool. I think it should be 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1
scored
Hot Sauce.
first.
Yeah, no. Thank you.
Cameron, how are you feeling about the tournament? How are you preparing and feeling about things going in as someone who's also playing in this competition, not
Yeah.
just spectating and commentating?
Yes, I'm feeling really good. You know, coming in as Marty's, we were very explicitly the underdogs. You know, very interestingly, a CTFDA newsletter from last week specifically stated that in the Opens division, there are two teams battling for third place, which are UCT and Zephyr, and they made no mention of Marty's in this correlation. So, you know, that really insulted us personally, and now we're really fighting for third place just to show CTFDA up. So,
Wow, I wonder who wrote that newsletter.
yeah. So I'm feeling really good myself, you know, coming off a great game. We think we have a lot to prove still, and we're really keen to push it. There is a big pull from Hot Sauce, unfortunately lands out of bounds, and Eliza calls brick. So Jason, as one of South Africa's premier handlers, you know, what should Eliza be looking for Off the break mark.
As a feminist, I would never tell a woman what to do. But as a frisbee player, I would be... Okay, it looks like we've got almost a hose stack. So I would be looking to hit someone in the middle of the field, preferably on a nice under, good gainer, and be almost running back at them to look at receiving it and hit that continuation. That would be my thinking.
Looks like a bit of an isolation play and with their hex structure. When Lauren comes under.
Oh,
good swing. Good grab from Tori.
Not too many options. Eliza does a good job to come and find the dump.
Big swing. Ooh, Dana putting pressure. Good read from Lauren.
Smart throw by Eliza. Visionary, when you've got a tall receiver, just put it up,
Oh, unlucky on the swing there from UCT. The disc is turned over. Can Hot Sauce capitalize?
They certainly have the personnel to.
Christine picking up the disc. Big cut from Tracy. Can she run it down? Ooh.
Do you know what they say about that, Cameron? That's a
little bit of a call here.
What is that? Probably an out of bounds call.
Oh, yes, I think so.
Darren's putting thumbs down. Darren, from our very good perspective on the sideline, is calling that.
Calling that out of bounds?
Darren's calling it inbound. He's calling it a score. I think that's a great call from... Can we get an instant replay on that? Cameron, as the person on the laptop, can you get us a replay, please? And it is called out of bounds. No mad glazing will be done in the chat. Darren is struggling on stats here to find the throwaway for Christine button.
They didn't both.
Oh, there's no
account for the whole situation.
Yeah. Oh, and Eliza is picking up the disc. I am seeing their deep receiver looking like she wants something deep. What do you think?
Oh, I do like that. I think this could very well be Lauren isolation with Dana.
Oh, no, she's coming under. Oh, but it's a bit clogged there. Very nice poaching from Jamie, shutting down all of the lanes, and she puts it deep. What a floaty throw.
Can Claris get there?
Oh,
unfortunately not.
Great
Good
run,
chase.
just slightly too far. But good look from UCT, I like that. Christine finds Dana on the under. To Sarah. Oh wow. Jamie turns on the afterburners and catches that one.
Vroom, vroom. Jamie Groom, as they say. It was someone to Jamie.
I'm pretty sure Sarah.
Was it Sarah to Jamie?
I think so.
I don't know. We're very bad at our job, clearly. We don't know what's going on. Damn. Chris with the water bottle spike over here. Clearly not having a good game so far.
Camera zooming in on Chris running to the line.
That's all we have Zoom. That's all the Zoom I have, kids.
Wow, we are really great commentators.
Yeah. Commentators and
technical team as well.
We do it all out here. Too bad Adam's not paying us better.
At least one of us is getting paid.
We'll see about that. Oh, shout out Rainier. Rainier, what are you getting paid to do right now?
Yeah, tell us your exact wage.
Oh, shout out.
Okay.
Shout out. Rainier, do you think we should be moving this setup since we are currently catching the poles and sometimes the focus is going to the poles? It's still seeable, but
Move the table down, but it's very narrow.
You
should maybe ask that guy who gets these tables.
we'll still catch.
Yeah.
We'll still catch poles.
Yeah.
But we'll always catch the poles, unfortunately.
To be fair, we're not getting paid enough to problem solve for these kinds of issues.
Oh, there'll be enough problems coming up. Don't stress yourself now.
Brunier telling us out here that there will be more problems to come, so don't you worry. Stick with us. Stay tuned for whatever
more blurry
problems
content.
and how we solve them, we don't know. Sorry?
It is being done on
No,
that.
you guys should be... No, this is your guys' responsibility. We're commentating, and there's an overlay. I'm moving the camera at Christine.
Oh, brick out
Miss
of bounds.
Anderson, this is your problem.
And another
we're
brick has been
busy.
called. Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is 3 bricked pulls in a row.
That is, I believe, 3 big pulls. The pulling game has not been too good.
Especially on a windless morning like this, you know.
Yeah, there's a mild breeze, but compared to Cape Town conditions, I would say this is pretty... Pretty flawless as we get a major gust of wind coming directly
Out of
from Darren's
nowhere. I don't know
lungs.
where that came from. Oh, Lauren with the disc. She has an open under.
Good cut by
Oh, she
Julia,
floats
gets
it.
looked off.
Looks for Chris. Oh, defense. Well done.
Good D by AJ, a vet on the hot sauce team here. Puts it up. Jamie first off stack, doesn't make it. Back of stack cut by Michelle, also looked
Oh,
off.
good swing.
It's Dana.
It's Dana. To Jamie. Oh, she's got someone burning deep. She puts it. Good run from Dana.
Dana's just too fast. It's not fair.
Oh, inside out flick.
we
That
go.
was a thing of beauty. Dana to Mickey for the score. Wow.
Yeah, I personally think Dana is just too good, and this is not fair.
I agree. I think she should be nerfed somehow. Maybe
Yeah.
she should play without cleats for the rest of the game. What do you guys think?
I was thinking a weighted vest, but we could start without cleats.
True.
or maybe we put like soap under her cleats, stick it to the cleats.
I like that.
I think, that would make it a bit harder for her to cut and accelerate.
A little bit of ice skating around the field.
Could definitely help increase the chances for UCT to come back in this game.
Jason, what do you think about Hot Sauce's absolutely stackedness and the fact that they have been dominating the league this season? Do you have any thoughts on what that means for women's ultimate in Cape Town?
I mean, obviously not ideal. I think you're putting me in a bit of a difficult spot here, Cameron. I'm not sure what you quite want me to say. I think obviously players want to play with other good players.
True.
But yeah, if you're going into nationals and only conceding around 10 points, is that really fun for you? Is that really fun for anyone else? I do wish that, the talent in Cape Town and South Africa as a whole was slightly more distributed.
No, I agree. Coming as a university team, it can be very demoralizing when you have a bunch of players who have been playing for about 2 weeks and then you just get absolutely destroyed by people who've been playing for 10 plus years. I really wish there was a better solution to that, but I understand it is a very tricky issue. Sarah coming for the under.
Nice grab by Sarah off her trip from down under.
Oh, what a
Clearly her head is
sky.
not upside down though. She manages just fine, even though we're both in Southern Hemisphere. Oh, Mickey trying to bait that D, just doesn't get there.
Oh, that's a very unlucky drop there.
Unfortunately, Sarah puts it down.
That is Lorianne picking up the disc for Hot Sauce. Let's see what they decide to do now.
Good to see Lorianne back in the fold, back in the mix.
Nice swing through to Christine. Oh, beautiful, attacking the break side. Centers the disc back. Oh, into the end zone. On the line. Like to see some patience now. Oh, well done. Punches it in.
Patience, barely know her.
Someone shouted nice patience on the line.
Good stuff by Hot Sauce.
Copyrighted.
Way to punch that in. And the score now, I believe, is 6-1
Yes.
to Hot Sauce.
5-1.
Oh, it's a 5-1.
Apologies.
Retracted. I don't know math.
5-1.
I was a BA student, so please excuse my lack of math
obscure.
ability. And English, clearly. Looks like a timeout has been called. And we see both teams bringing it in. I personally am going to get my sunglasses. I'll be right back. Cameron, in the meantime, why don't you muse over what kind of bird you would be if you could be a bird?
All right, why don't you hand your mic to DC and we get some of his thoughts on the first 6 points of the game. DC
Hi, Cameron. Hi, all. We're back.
How are you feeling so far, DC? I'd like to ask you, what can UCT do in this timeout to try pull back this game? Hot Sauce have had a very strong start, but the game is far from over. What would you advise UCT to change in this?
Cameron, I think there's signs of promise. I think they are looking to, especially on the first game of the day, possibly their most difficult game of the tournament, make use of their high percentage players as much as possible. We've seen some long throws go not awfully, and with a little bit more reining in, a little bit more waking up in the game. Remember, this is still the red eye, the early morning fixture, where either 60% of your team is at 100% or 100% is at 60%.
Wise words, Mr. DC.
So it's definitely not out of grasp. A few more points, get some momentum. Worst case, you take some momentum into your next game. Long day. Long day.
Yeah, I think all the ladies teams are playing 3 games today, so that should be a very, very rough day. DC, you've also... Oh, okay, never mind. No, he's still got the mic, not handing it back to Jason.
We don't need mics where I'm from.
Then I wanted to ask DC, as someone who has previously coached the Bengals, how are you thinking they're playing now based off of previous years? I can't remember last time you coached them. I know you took a break coaching the Maladies last season.
Took a break coaching the Malays. Do them some justice. This is your home turf. No, indeed, a very different setup. The team I coached was significantly more experienced, offered a different sort of challenge. But now, in a bit more grassroots form, I think they'll have to rely mostly on the internal coaching, on their experienced players to bring the best out of the new crop for a new breed of lady player, female matching player in Cape Town.
Well said, well said. And that is Dana on the pull. UCT starting on offense. Liza picks up the disc. Centers to Emma.
Liza Stewart quarterbacking this offense as expected. Many people's fantasy pick, number one, nursing a small back injury, but we can't see it here. She clears upfield.
Ooh, very nice swinging from UCT. Miles of separation.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure up front from Hot Sauce as they regain some state in their defense. Just goes up.
Oh, out of bounds, unfortunately.
Lauren Immerman unable to reel that one in with the long levers she possesses. AJ picking up for Hot Sauce on the far sideline.
Ooh. Sarah initiating an undercut, but clearing back into stack. And Jamie up line. Oh, good defense from Sarah. Forcing a tough swing.
Good swing to the center.
Ooh,
opens up both sides of the field.
Oh, big layout from Lorianne. Unfortunately, just too far. And that is Sarah, UCT's resident Nomad player, picking up the disc.
Nomad!
So any opportunity to shout out Nomad, we have to do so.
Nomad, lacking women coming into this next season. So if you are a young, up-and-coming Frisbee woman, give us a ring. Or old, we don't mind. We don't discriminate.
Oh, good finish.
Score.
AJ to Christine for... Oh, never mind. Out of bounds has been called.
Very deja vu. Reminds me of one of the last points we had.
Can't imagine this kind of contention coming up at all in spirit discussions. That was clear as day.
This would never happen if Nomad was on the field.
Very true. Nomad, commonly known as South Africa's most spirited side. You know, as someone who plays for Marties, it is always an absolute joy to match up against Nomad.
As a team that can no longer win nationals, we have to win something.
Unfortunately, Julia doesn't come down with that one.
A very nice release
Nice
throw there from Eliza. That would have put them in some serious position of attack as Christine Anderson has the disc for Hot Sauce. It's a good swing all the way around to Jamie Lee van Rensburg. She looks into the midfield. Sarah.
Oh, what a throw.
Janssen van Rensburg. It's the battle of the JVRs. It's the connection of the JVRs.
Oh no, it looks like we might have an injury.
Oh dear.
As a score had so many names associated to it.
Julia's back up. Hopefully she is okay.
It is very nice to see.
6-1 Hot Sauce.
So Jason, to answer your previous question, I'm thinking something along the lines of a woodpecker. You know,
Woodpecker.
You know, the type of
Why a
bird that I would be.
woodpecker?
They just seem like they're having a good time. You know, they just find a tree and they just chill there and pack into that tree. You know, that just seems like a good way to spend a day. I don't know.
Knocking some wood, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Just you and the tree.
I do like trees.
Yeah. And yourself, Jason?
Personally, I think hummingbirds are pretty freaking cool. Yeah, so shout out that, you know, being able to beat your wings,
The medics
do
over
some
there
flying, and hover in
at that
space.
bench.
I've always wanted
The
to
guy
be
with
able to
the
hover. I think that would be cool. I can do that, you know,
at the tent,
as a person, but hovering in the air would be so much better, methinks.
Can't hummingbirds move around like 360 degrees in their flight? Yeah, I think I've read a fact about that they're the only bird that can do that. It's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Look at this. You're watching Frisbee and you're getting biology facts as well.
Like a bird soaring. Dana, Glenny. I mean Ivy pulls.
Lauren passes to Christine Mitchell. Oh, looking to break the mark. Very strong fakes, and she hits Tori with the under. Good flow. Oh, what a grab from Chris. Coming off of her Wild Dogs campaign, which was a year ago. Fresh off her Wild Dogs campaign.
Fresh off her year ago's experience.
Unfortunate turnover there, and Jamie picks up the disc. Good pressure from Chris.
Out of
Forcing
the
the look
back
off.
from Michelle Winter.
Oh, big put. Can she run on?
A telegraphed
Oh,
set
good
play.
awareness from Chris.
Oh, yes. Nomad coming in.
Nomad.
Good job, Tracy.
Incredible awareness from Tracy Hill.
No fear there. Just put her body in the way. Love to see it.
Oh, what a break. Oh, unlucky.
Not even shiny green boots could save that one. Lauren Immelman on the disc now. Looking for some initiation. There's a cut
Sorry,
towards
with
the
the under.
sideline. She finds unhelpful.
Oh, and
Launches
she puts it
one!
deep. Oh, it's a beautiful puck. Nice and floaty. Oh, what a grab. So close. Come on, UCT. Let's be calm now.
Now it's going to be all shout chili if we were on the
Chili,
field.
Good snag from Lauren. Oh, she punches it in.
It's Tori.
Tori on the
What
line.
can Tori do?
Good cut.
Looking
Oh,
very
still counts
calm.
rising. They need something soon. She looks for the dump. Oh, good patience to Lauren. Oh!
Unfortunate to see.
I mean, that's not biased commentary. Unlucky from UCT.
Unfortunately, might not have been able to catch that on camera. It's a bit below our viewing point here. CTFDA already picked some interesting viewing spots for us to camera from. We've had trees in the way. Now we've had shade in the way.
Shade in the way.
Good sequence of flow to work the disc upfield by UCT.
Great defense from Chris, shutting down the handler cut. Oh, but Hot Sauce are just so effective at punching it down on the break side. You know, just one swing and that break side pass is just open.
It's definitely something for UCT to try, talk about and work on in the second half is a slightly more efficient or aggressive course.
Fully agree, yeah.
Elegant like the flamingo.
Would that be your animal, DC? Your bird of
Michelle
choice?
In terms of bird, if my ankles were as strong as flamingos, my goodness, I'd be a different man.
Oh, pick has been called.
Guns out.
Flamingo is definitely Mickey Winter's bird of choice.
As we are repeatedly reminded of the pick infringement.
Pick, I think, is one of the harder rules to get right in Frisbee. I think a lot of times it gets misinterpreted, misunderstood, and misused. As someone that recently redid my accreditation, I will not be ashamed to admit that sometimes the lingo in there and the sequence of events does very much confuse and make it much harder to get right the pick rules. So if you're listening to this, definitely go redo your accreditation, take another gander through the rules, and let's make sure we use the right rules.
Jason is a good boy.
Is it a gander or a gander?
A gander's a bird, I believe, so...
Everything goes back to our bird theme.
Ceci, if you're listening to
Infield
this.
force from Lauren Immelman is now adjusted.
Ooh, onto the break side. Yeah, I really think UCT can hold a stronger force there. You know, they're just giving Hot Sauce these swings. And with Hot Sauce's level of experience, you know, they really have those big step out forehands.
Another in-out discussion. That's 3 for the game. That's more than UCT has scored.
And Dana punches it in. Darren choosing violence this morning in the commentary.
Oh, great spirit there. Christine to Christine high five as Christine Mitchell comes off the field.
Love to see it. I believe those two are also related. Another fun fact for the day.
Really? I did not know that.
Darren, can you confirm for me?
Not through blood relations, but in some familial linking of family trees. The good woodpecker that is Nick Anderson has has merged these two Christines into one.
That's the two trees.
7-1 to Hot Sauce. They'll be looking to take half.
DC, have you updated the score yet for the 7? Just hasn't updated.
Oh no, Cameron, what did you do?
Technical issues.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Renier!
we've lost input.
Oh, has it died?
Maybe.
How can I check?
Please, this is a family show. There is no dying here.
The light's still
The camera
on.
has
We
just
just
been
simply
set
go
to-
to the Shadow Realm.
Oh,
We've
we
gone
have
to Narnia.
yeah.
We're back. We're back.
The score should be 7-1 though. It hasn't.
Blame him.
Come on, DC, be better.
Oh.
Our database is failing us, ladies and gentlemen.
Christine
We've got a good
Anderson,
7 points of
reset
footage.
play.
Oh, big pull, and it is a pull inbounds. Wow.
Cameron not hiding his shock.
You say we really give you guys the full unfiltered truth. Big up the line cut from Chris. Oh, well done. Oh, we'd really like to see some continuation from the UCT. Oh, Tori gets it.
Continuation has called for a lot of up the lines getting for free here.
UCT really liking the strategy of jamming it up the jam hole, as it is commonly referred to.
It's a classic university strategy.
Why swing the disc when you can punt it up the line?
Flow stagnated a bit.
Sarah with the disc. Oh, Emma up the line. Good little stutter step from her there, gaining some separation.
I'm surprised to see how easily they're getting these up the lines. You'd think a team as experienced and with high caliber players as
Oh, what a grab. A little bit of contact there. And UCT into the end zone. Tori with the score. Outstanding work from UCT.
you probably didn't see that. I hope you can still hear us.
I have no idea. That makes the score 7-2 now. Unfortunately, a little bit of overlay issues. But 7-2.
Cameron, you wouldn't happen to know who threw that last disc, would you?
It was... Unfortunately, I do not know her name. The girl walking towards us here, the third one on the left.
Oh, it's a pity we don't know the UCT.
Yeah.
Riley, what's your name?
Unfortunately, some of the first year UCT students I'm not
That's
familiar
a David Zamora jersey, so shout out for that.
Cool. Good communication there. I think the team should definitely mark each other up on the communication for assisting us commentators. Oh, we have the score 7-2. Shout out to Renier for fixing everything, the GOAT of CTFDA.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that is
I don't know what broke, I don't know what-
CTFDA's secretary right here. And,
CTFDA's finest, as he's most commonly known.
He's getting paid for this, everyone.
Renier solidly earning his pay by fixing everything.
As we
sit
slowly
and
proceed to
complain.
break it.
Christine Anderson with the disc. Putting Jamie on an under. Close to the sideline and see if they can get it off, or if they will copy UCT's strategy of jamming it up the jam hole. They will indeed do so. And again.
Why swing the disc when you're given the up the line is, I suppose, my takeaway.
I think that is half time. 8-2.
By the white,
Oh shit.
I am not surprised to hear that Gradient has another injury. I hope it is not serious.
That does not sound good.
Oh no, it looks like it's a player who's lying on the ground. That is halftime on
It
our
is
game
half time
over
now,
here.
8-2.
We should be locked in on what's going over here and not James screaming about medics.
Yeah, unfortunately something has happened in the Zephyr Gradient game in the background. Hopefully it's not too serious.
Personally, I think that's why everyone over 35 should be barred from playing Frisbee, unless they're under 35.
There's a
in
hot
which
take
case-
here from Jason.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that not Masters
if you're
division already?
Masters is 33, and then yeah, I mean, look, if you're gonna get injured or stress people out, don't get injured. That's my hot take.
Joe, how many more years does DC have until he doesn't fit your requirement?
No comment.
You see, Darren is in peak physical form, so I'm not worried about Darren getting injured personally. I've
That's
seen
true.
that man whale his way across the Frisbee field.
That's true. I've seen many points where DC has laid out about 5 times at one point, so I think he's fully capable and his body survives. So
That's my
shout
goal.
out DC.
You'll find me in 3 years' time when ready for Masters, feeling at my youth of 28 back in the day.
Sure, I think Masters isn't going to know what's coming for them when Yanaman and DC show up in about 3 years.
No, we gotta get our licks in before the kids catch up.
Can we?
Sure. I mean, this is pretty much, I think, as much as we have in terms of Zoom.
I won't expose Yanaman's age on, but I think he's close. I'll just leave it as that.
He's got man in the name. He must be.
That's as much Zoom as we got. So
No, that's fine.
yeah, I don't know if people are already going to see things, especially with the focus being on the polls. Should we get an interview going?
Yeah, if you want to go down and interview someone in hot sauce, get their thoughts.
English. I think it's.
What's the gradient player? Is that?
Cameron, give us more takes on the game that is currently going on. Let us distract you from the injuries that you're currently looking at. Tell us about Frisbee.
Just about Frisbee in general.
What's your hottest
so
Frisbee
Frisbee
take?
is a 7-a-side sport that we play.
Yeah, for the Malumes and the Tanis watching.
Yo, my hottest Frisbee take is that beach Frisbee is more fun than grass Frisbee.
Wow, that's a very warm take.
That's how to end the broadcast.
Wow, we've got a big scoreline coming down on the other fields here. We have Marty's Magents beating Man Cubs last night, obviously 13-4. Then live on the other field, as you can see us sort of zoomed in on at the moment, we currently have Mutiny beating UCT's Man Cubs 10-0. So it's a bit rough.
That really brings the question, like, do Mutiny players have fun beating every team by such a big difference, you know? Like,
I mean, it's the season of Lent, so it's always a generous helping to give another team a bit of breakfast in the form of a bagel.
Personally, that's why I've stopped playing for Mutiny. As while practices could sometimes be fun, you know, that high competitive level, winning everything or only having one competitive game that you look forward to a year is really not a good shout.
There you have it, Jason being a very spirited player and helping out the country's development.
By not playing.
Agreed.
So looking at the scoreline from this other field here, I see we've got Sam creating the scorelines with 2 assists, as well as Scott with 2 assists. So that's going to help out some people's fantasy teams. In terms of the goals, top scorers at the moment would be Doug, Jonty, and Sam Combrink, who are also at 2 apiece.
Otherwise, it's a very consistent game. At least, I think, 8 players gaining goals and assists each.
Interesting. Do we have the stats from this field that we can bring up?
Yeah.
How would I get back to that?
The Nier showing us
Craft
that he
versus-
knows his menus.
We have a Craft vs Miladies update. It is currently 4-2 to Miladies. A very long, slugging out game if only 6 points have been scored so far.
Wow, I imagine that's going to be not great for Miladies overall, as they've still got quite a few weak games to go this weekend. So
That's true. I think Miladies are playing Hot Sauce straight after this and then into UCT. So I think Hot Sauce will also be a nice, quick rest the legs game, and then they can focus on UCT.
yeah, depending on what your aspirations are, tournament-wise, there's definitely a thing to say about putting on some weaker lines or giving your weaker ladies some experience and not running your legs too hard for your more experienced players when you do have a big game coming up after that, especially with how unbalanced the sort of teams are in these tournaments.
Well said.
So some stats for you from the Hot Sauce versus Bengals game. In terms of top scorers, we've got Jamie with 2 goals, and then a lot of people with 1. And assists-wise,
Is that 8 things updated? There's only 7 here.
looks like we're missing 1. But assist-wise, we've got
You put
Dana
8 there.
and Sarah with 2 apiece at the top of the leaderboard.
Okay, that's just late.
Cameron, any stats that stand out to you as we look at this?
No, I'm quite impressed with specifically Hot Sauce's depth. You know, they're really proving that it's not just a 1-person or a 2 to 3-person team. I think that can sometimes happen in games that I've been a part of, where 1 or 2 players are just filling up the stat sheets completely. So it's good to see a lot of people being involved, and you know they're really utilizing their full depth.
On the UCT side, we see Lauren and Tori with goals, and Eliza and Robin gracing the assist board.
Yeah. Hopefully UCT can put in a solid shift in the second half and get some more points on the board. You know, it's always really tough as a university team specifically UCT and Martins at the moment. You know, we're constantly losing players who obviously only play for 3 to 4 years in the side. And then I feel like they go through years of ebbs and flows. You know, you get good after a couple of years, then you lose all your players, and etc. etc. So yeah, it makes it so difficult to compete with the top Cape Town teams.
It does, especially when they do have some more stability and often are seen as sort of feeder programs from the university teams.
Indeed. Do you see a lot of these UCT players potentially joining Hot Sauce in the next few years?
If they stick around, if they're still playing, definitely do. I mean, obviously there's ties there. Liza used to play for Chile Heat and those sorts of teams before coming to UCT. Tori's currently playing for Heat, which you would say is very related to. So yes, there's definitely a lot of potential growth for there, but I would personally love to see a new women's team formed if possible.
Yes.
Obviously Craft, unfortunately, is a shell of what they once were, so I don't know if they're kind of sticking around or what's happening there, but it would be very nice to see, like, especially if Hot Sauce continues to grow, if we see a group kind of break away from that to have another competitive team in Cape Town and challenge them possibly, maybe with some of the Marties and the UCT, alumni as things start to come out.
As someone who's more new to the Frisbee scene than yourself, Jason, I don't know too much about Craft's history, so I'm wondering if you could tell the viewers back home and myself, you know, what were Craft like back in the day, because I've never done too much about them.
I wish I did have much more insight. Unfortunately, it's not something that I know as much about. I just know it as in the sort of Molly's era and like that kind of group. So I definitely know they were a bit of a stronger team back, and I think there's even been a couple of years past where they were even giving Hot Sauce a run for their money.
Okay, wow.
But those days are unfortunately no longer here. Darren, do you have much more insight that you can share on?
They were a team.
They were a team. You heard it here first, folks.
They're trying to be another one again. Unfortunately not. Sorry, Jason. Not much more than you've given there. I think that was up to scratch of what I would offer.
I think my most noticeable thinking about them is bringing the Bafazi Fund to South Africa, which I think is a very cool thing to have done. For those of you not in the know, the Bafazi Fund is something that was brought about. I'm not actually sure who founded it, but the goal is to help uplift and give women chances, those who maybe are slightly less fortunate than us, than others, to play the sport and get involved.
If anyone would like more information on the Bafazi Fund or would like to contribute, feel free to contact Jason for information.
Shout out. I'm sure there's information online somewhere. I unfortunately don't know quite where to go.
Ooh.
Oh, Chris unfortunately doesn't come down with that one. Contact CTFDA. I'm sure they'll be able to point you in the right direction.
Speaking of contact,
we have Tori and...
Tori picking up the dirt. Oh, good grab from Robin on the sideline. Sends it through. Oh, great centre. And Robin is going deep. Does she look for her? Oh, good patience from Christine. Looking to maybe dump it to Lauren. Oh, defense from Dana. Well done.
Again, I think we should be putting soap under Dana's shoes. This is just not fair.
She's just too fast.
Very excited to see Dana tear up the international stages in Ireland later this year.
Very much so, yes.
The team that I didn't make.
Those of you who don't know, that is Chile Heat competing in the mixed division at WAC.
At WAC, yes, the World Ultimate Club Championships. A lot of these Hot Sauce players will be playing for that Heat team. Looks like we're pretty close to the outline here.
Yeah, they very much looked out.
Jamie puts it, and the score is
Jamie
called.
to Christine.
No out calls here. I would be that guy. But, I'm petty.
Surely we can call it from the commentary booth.
I think so. You
know, like at the international competitions, Nathan Kalakovic is always like showing them the film to show it's out.
We've got the camera.
Exactly. You can totally see on this, on this unblurry film.
With lines, all the lines that we have. Shout out to CTFDA for bringing us lined fields for this region.
For making us all pay money and not giving us lines.
You're paying to be here, Cameron?
Yeah, you're getting paid to be here. I'm paying to be here.
Shout out not playing Frisbee. It's a lot cheaper, is what I've realized over the past couple of months. Darren, you as well have been taking a bit of a sabbatical. What have you been getting up to with your free time? And would you recommend a sabbatical to those in the Frisbee community that are maybe feeling slightly burnt out at the moment?
I think Yes.
A man of few words.
You heard it here first, folks. Not frisbee over frisbee.
No, like they said, those who can't coach, those who can't coach, commentate. So
Yeah, the three of us can't play or coach. That's why we're here.
I think everyone's time comes at some point. No, a much greater recurring theme in the wider variety of sports, especially at the professional level. Not that this is, but mental health, physical health, breaks required people, so that I can play Masters in a few years.
And that is Emma Belcher with the strong cut from Christine up line. Fortunately gets looked off. Alternating through to Sarah. Stall count must be rising high. Good pressure from Tracy. No, man.
I do.
Oh, big put from Dana. Oh, Tracy. No, man.
Tracy comes down with it. That's the X. Was that an X Nomad to Nomad connection? I believe.
No, it was Dana. Was Dana a Nomad?
Ex Nomad.
Oh,
Back when we
didn't know
won here in 2022.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times, you know. Good to see. What I did want to say is, it seems like UCT's bailout option often seems like this big floaty across the field, and I'm not against it. I think ideally what I'd like to see is that reset needs to be in a better space to clear out. Sarah made like a nice 7 cut, but there was no space. The reset space was kind of clogged. So yeah, that's probably something that UCT needs to look at. Either having a more experienced player in that reset space, or telling them to get more lateral to the disc and clearing out a bit better.
Very true. Had some great wisdom from Jason God, formerly known for absolutely carrying the Wild Dogs campaign back in 2023. I think he got about 200 assists around there, if I'm remembering correctly.
We do
I think
what
that
we
was
can,
just the one
Cameron.
game, Cameron.
Just the one game, yeah.
We do what we can, Cameron.
Oh, yeah. Yo, who's that over there in the Hokusai Wave sun hoodie? Yeah, pretty cool piece of clothing.
Where?
Taking photos over there.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, that'll be Joe.
Oh,
No, that'll be Joe.
I didn't know Joe was
Viewers, please check Joe out.
Shout out Joe. Delivering brilliant photography.
He's the snap man.
Oh, it's Joe back.
Oh, that is a brick. Oh, is she calling the brick?
Although, Cameron, some might say, who's Joe?
No comment. Christine with the disc. Alex Rendell on the mark. Oh, Dana gets the disc again. And she is fighting deep. Good defense from Chris. Sweltering. Oh, she puts it up just too far. I think a little bit of trying to force there to give Dana the bookends. You know,
Jamie is a shooter. Jamie is a shooter.
And you know what they say, shooters got to shoot, man.
As a shooter, I do respect that. But yeah, I think we all need to learn to holster a bit. Great find by Tori through the middle.
To Chris Loverick. Oh, nice. Leading pass to Christine. Oh, layout. Oh, good effort from Tori. Unfortunately, just too far.
I'm really enjoying seeing UCT get their newer players involved. I think there's a couple of newer players who I don't even know their names. They're that new, and I'm that old. But it's good to see them managing to find them and being calm enough to not throw it away and continue the disc. And I think UCT's structure as well is also doing a good job of letting that come off. As much as they're not on the disc all the time, they're getting opportunities to get touches. And I think in a game like this, that's a good thing, and it's going to help them when they play a tighter game like UCT later on today. I mean, Marty, sorry.
Very well said. I think in games when the scoreline is so lopsided, you need to take what you can get from the game, and I think there's some very nice learning opportunities to be had here.
Unfortunately, that throw from Tori does not manage to hit Sarah, and we have Hot Sauce back on the disc.
AJ on the disc. Oh, up the line cut from Christine.
Chris saucing up the line. That's Miss Anderson to some of you. And manages to find Dana. That's a fantasy combo right there. I'm sure a lot of people just scored points for their fantasy teams. Darren, how are you feeling about this game so far? What adjustments would you like to see going on? Or what shenanigans do you have to add?
I'd like to agree with your earlier point in UCT. I think they, despite setting up in a hex formation which promotes fast, quick play movement, even some of their lesser experienced players are really taking their time to wait for the open cuts to happen. A good sense of maturity for such a young team. And I think a whole lot of positives coming out of this to carry through to the rest of the weekend. Hot Sauce would like to most probably reduce the amount of turnovers that they're getting. Nonetheless, 10-2 should be satisfactory for them.
11-2 now.
And 11 even more so.
Yeah, I'd really like to see UCT get 1 point this half. I think that could be a good way to build on for the next few games.
Not out of their reach. Not out
Yes,
of their reach at
definitely
all.
so. I've really been liking UCT's deep game. One or two of their hucks feels a bit like bailout options, but they've really shown that they do have that huck. It's really fun to see.
No. I think that
Emma loses her hat.
unless you'd like to be Eliza, we could always make that happen. We could always make it happen if you really want to be on camera.
Different kind of
Eliza
fantasy.
locked in the game in her slides here.
Some people who may have captained Eliza will not be quite happy seeing Eliza in the slides on the sideline as UCT unfortunately turns the disc.
Was that Lazan with the disc? Oh, good cut from Jamie getting the reset. Oh, and just no cuts from the stack. There we go. Oh, nice break. And they attack. Oh, visionary throw from Chris. Oh, that was pretty. Well done. Chris to Sarah for the score, making it 12-2. Big celebration from Chris. You can see she is properly psyched after that one.
Yeah, that's a very I like that structure. You know, hitting everyone's kind of clearing towards the other side opens up a lot of field for a big across field look. And obviously, I think everyone's got to be quite coordinated there for that to work out, because you know, you can't have anyone in the way.
And a timeout has been called.
Timeout.
Second one, final one for UCT. After, a delicious throw into the end zone. Probably one of the best ones we've seen thus far, Cameron and Jason.
Agreed. I think we're going to bring up the scores again, and we can let all of you Fantasy League players know how your players are doing.
That's if Jason can figure out what
Scroll
he's
down,
doing here.
Yeah, you're on the right page. Or maybe just refresh.
I wanted to, you know.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we are using the Stall Counter app, which has been coded by Renier this year. Really great piece of software that he did instead of doing his degree.
Well, I can see there's a lot of different things to go through here. We've got Res Leagues games.
Yeah, we can go see all of my assists in Res League if we want.
Yeah, Cameron pulling through plenty.
The gods never far away from an assist.
Unfortunately, this app is too far away for a simpleton such as myself
I've
to
used this a little bit.
figure out.
Open Women's Regionals, there we go. And then if we bring a event for current games, here we go, Hot Sauce Bengals.
Looks like UCT did manage to score 1 against Mutiny out there, so
Not a bagel!
they didn't get bageled. And I think that when you're playing against a Hot Sauce or you're playing against a Mutiny, that's generally what you want. To not get bageled.
Yeah, French fries better than bagels.
Do love myself some French fries, man.
French fry. I haven't heard that one before. That's nice. Alright, in the scores for these Hot Sauce games, we have Dana Glennie with 3 assists heading up the scoreboard. And on the goals, we have 2 from Christine, Dana, Jamie, and Sarah.
Yeah, both of those two, Christine and Dana at a total of 5 points so far with 2 goals and 3 assists, and Christine with 2 goals and 2 assists. So you're really leading up the things there. Jamie's also up there with 4 overall herself,
Same as Christine.
as well as Sarah. So there is a
common trend.
yeah, a lot
4 players.
a lot going on there. So that's good to see. UCT, unfortunately, not too much going on. If we go over to the other stats,
Do you see?
Craft Miladies, looks like Miladies are about to take half if they haven't gone there on time. It is currently 7-2 to Miladies, with a total, Cameron's pointing out, of 26 turnovers. So there's a lot going on from Craft and 21 turnovers from Miladies.
None from Eloise.
Cameron shouting out the partner there.
Shout out Eloise, who hasn't got 1 turnover yet. 3. Oh, interesting for the Miladies. Abigail Bray is a new player for Marty. She is a first year who has just started. With 3 goals for the team. Great.
Wow. We're going to focus back in on this game as the poll is about to go out soon. Hot Sauce currently numbering off. UCT has signaled readiness.
Right, that is Dana Glennie on the poll.
Ex-Nomadian for the record.
Oh wow, brilliant poll. And it's in bounds.
Inbounds.
Christine to Tori. Good cut from Lauren, getting the disc under. You can see she's really looking for that deep look. Oh, unlucky from Chris.
Unlucky. Wild Dogs let us down right here with a drop. But
AJ through to Christine, looking for another assist.
good
15
find
to
by
Dane continues.
Christine.
Ooh, unlucky on the defense. Good hustle. Oh, very floaty. Oh, is that gonna... Oh, out of bounds. Lock it down.
I'd be very interested if turnovers were included in the the stats for the fantasy league, because suddenly it would be a lot harder to pick. Do you pick the powerhouses, or do you pick people who you think are just going to be catching the disc in the end zone?
Sure, if one turnover results in -1 point, I think almost everyone would get negative points for this fantasy league.
I think I'd be the only one with a positive scoreline.
1 point per game commentated. Oh, a little red zone offense from Hot Sauce. Let's see what they pull out. Big,
Good.
oh, lovely swing through to Jamie. Oh, unlucky from Mickey. Good effort.
Love to see Mickey, is never one to get horizontal, never one to
No
not
one.
get horizontal, which you just love to see from a frisbee player. You love to see someone who's not afraid to get off their feet. Poaching here, Jamie comes on to
Oh,
stop that up the
someone's
line
very
cut.
I think it's Michaela Poach. It's down to Lauren, which really gets her stuck on the sideline. Oh, she's got... Oh, is that coming back in? Oh, good poach off from Lorianne to get the block. Making sure UCT have no play on the disc.
Love to see her getting a hand on that. I'm not sure any UCT player could have got there, but good to farm those D stats. I respect that greatly.
Also, you never know, I always encourage players to just make sure it's in the ground, Don't want to give your opponents any opportunity.
Generally, if you are going to do that, I don't think it was too catchable there, but I would encourage a catch. There's a few players that I know that just smack it out of the ground. Great up the line
What
cut
a
by Alex.
dime.
Good throw by Mickey.
Beautiful
And that's
throw.
a good score. Good to see, everyone getting involved on this Hot Sauce team.
And that makes the score 13-2.
13-2.
Great throw from Nikki Winter.
Indeed.
Back
Really
to back,
beautiful,
great at this.
beautiful low release throw, leading pass, floating. You really can't ask for much more.
Agreed, especially. It certainly makes up for the flail in the end zone earlier.
Shout out, another Nomadian right there.
No, man.
Oh, this field seems to be riddled with Nomad players. It's almost like everyone wants to play for Nomad.
Yeah, I mean, when you're just such a well-spirited team, who would not want to?
This whole day is just Nomad glazing.
For those of you
As
in the
Cameron
chat,
puts it out in the open.
I'm currently on sabbatical. I'm not a frisbee player. I'm not associated with any team. So, is it glazing if you don't play for them at the moment?
Oh, great spirit from Abel all the way in the back there. Hear him cheering for Zephyr.
Do you think he's able to have good spirit?
I think so, yeah. Abel's living in Somerset West this year, so he's been showing up to a lot of Marty's socials and practices, and it's been nice to have him there. Always a very spirited, encouraging presence to have in the field. Alright, is that Tracy with the disc? Preparing to pull.
Let's go, Tracky. Nice pull, please.
Tracy with her iconic long socks, so I don't think I've ever seen her not play in those. And the gloves as well.
Self-professed gym queen. She had to meet a man, it would probably be Jim.
Oh, unlucky just from Sarah there.
Sarah finding her namesake. Oh, that's a huge
The crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild. End the game. End
Tori
the
says
game.
no. We would like to play offense. Thank you
was
very much.
huge. Oh, she puts it floaty to a tall player, and it works off the classic frisbee strategy.
Riding that right now. Sarah puts it, unfortunately,
Oh,
just
lucky.
thrown under.
A bit of an aura farm there from UCT.
Good thing we got that on film. Have you guys seen Chili Heat have been posting their Callahan videos of their players recently? I saw Sam Bovum has a little video of his highlight reel. Same with John T I saw this morning.
Viewers, go check that out.
Yeah.
Support some local content.
Hopefully Tori's hand block will appear in her video when that comes out. Oh, big put from Emma. Oh, unlucky. Didn't come down with the disc.
A little bit of disc worship ends up in what seems to be a turn. There's a discussion whether there was contact that caused it. Sarah Fernandez stepping in to help one of her newer players out in this discussion. Not a lot of fouls this game, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Depends on who you ask.
CTFDA still calling for peace.
World leaders, please, if you're listening to this.
Be like Frisbee. Don't be like.
Communicate your problems with hand signals, not bombs.
Well said, Jason. Well said.
Oh, Rainier, where are you? Rainier, we're having camera issues. If you are nearby, Rainier.
Unfortunately, he might be preparing with the Marty's team for some warm-up. I can see in the distance there the Marty's men are getting some throws in before their game against Zephyr. I should probably be there, but commentating is much more important.
Agreed, Cameron. Where would we be without commentators? You know, they truly make the world go round.
Agreed. This has been a very long discussion. You know, I'd really like to see people wrap up their discussions quicker.
Yeah, completely nullifies my earlier point.
Hand signals as well, please.
Yeah. I think at some point I'm always an advocate for let's just get the game going. You know, let's send it back if we can't come to an agreement.
Send it back to 0-0. Let's restart this game.
Cameron, in this instance, would this be a call to get some game advisors in?
You know, personally, I do like I like having someone there who can just make the call instead of having long discussions. So.
Wow, so you're not even asking for game advisors, you're full on asking for referees, huh?
No, I do prefer the game advisors over referees. As someone who's watched quite a lot of UFA content, I have seen quite a lot of calls that I strongly disagree with that I think the UFA referees have made. And then obviously the players can't contest that just because of how the UFA rule set work. So yes, I do prefer observers. I think that is the best solution in my mind.
Observer ruling.
No foul. Hot sauce picking up the disc in the red zone.
They're going the wrong way. Hot sauce.
Yeah, I think they did go the wrong way. Because Hot Sauce were playing the other direction, weren't they?
Yeah, because UCT hooked that way. Yeah. They just scored in the wrong end zone.
We've just witnessed a reverse Callahan, ladies and gentlemen. The teams have changed the direction in which they're playing.
They've finally done it. They've perfected the reverse stack. This is history made, ladies and gentlemen.
I really hope that we are not wrong here in the commentary booth, but we will be finding out soon.
There is a discussion now, so hopefully they have realized.
The call is so long and takes so long to discuss that
that the Earth has turned around.
You know, the Earth does rotate incredibly quickly, but in this case, so quickly that the players may have received vertigo.
So
we'll see how this gets resolved.
A turnover as she dropped the disc after she caught it in the end zone, so it should be UCT's
the Abby Hecker ruling, yes. I
think UCT should be able to pick it up right at the line there.
I was incredibly confused, but I just assumed that I wasn't paying attention.
Thankfully, we had DC always diligent and paying attention to point it out to us.
Commentators.
Now we have another discussion.
Stay away. Okay, resolved as such. Hot Sauce maintain possession.
Let's see if they can score in both end zones in 1 point.
Nice D by Lauren there. Sorry, I was not locked in on Cameron TVs here.
Emma Belcher with the disc, looking up line.
Well shut down on the mark by Sarah Janssen.
Finds Lauren for the dump. You know, Lauren is properly putting in a shift in this game. You know, she is everywhere on the field.
Agreed. Doing those circular cuts in dump space as a release, just a reset starter.
Marlies would approve of the cookie, as it is known.
Cookie. Oh, super floaty. You think Sarah can make a play? Oh, nice put. Jamie on the line, looking for Sarah.
He's got the crossfield, chooses to look it off.
Good shot there. Oh, floaty in front of Sarah.
Sarah with a great layout grab.
Excellent stuff. That is Jamie to Sarah for the score, making it 14-2.
Shout out Sarah, that was a sick grab, and I'm sure that people will get much joy out of watching that back later on.
Did you see it over the thing?
I think it was just visible behind the pole and everything. Are you going for your game?
I'm just grabbing some.
Okay. Cameron grabbing us some snacks for the commentary booth.
Yum.
Sponsored by the God household, so shout out Mom and Dad. Adam, if you're hearing this, your commentators are hungry. Please bring them snacks.
I'm not even getting paid for this, and I don't get given food. It's just a lose-lose.
We are giving of our time very freely this morning. Darren,
How are we to welcome new commentators, new blood for the wording of games when all that they are crying out for is food?
shout out Cameron with his brown bread, roast chicken, and bacon club sandwich.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this one. This one looks really good.
Yeah, get some text on that, Jay. What are we looking at? What are we stealing from Cameron
Personally,
today?
I think it's looking a little. Actually, I would have loved one of those. Unfortunately, it was taken from the fridge this morning before I could have got there.
I woke up before Jason did this morning and thus got the nicest sandwich.
That's the real strategy this morning. I heard that alarm going off.
Second one out the womb, but first into the kitchen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was wondering why that alarm was set for so early this morning. Clearly, I made the blunder of looking for additional sleep time.
I say food always trumps sleep.
Christine's signaling readiness here as Hot Sauce are trying to get this game back running.
Hot Sauce looking to finish off this game very strongly. Let's see if UCT can have one more hold.
Wow, I'm feeling a bit lightheaded after the mention of food. Now I'm feeling hungry.
Adam, room service. As the disc is on the far side for UCT.
Oh,
Floated.
good defense from Dana.
Damn, if plus minus was the score here, not just goals and assists, Dana would really be on attack.
Agreed. Dana, similar to Lauren for UCT, has been doing almost everything this game.
That has been an exciting matchup to pay close attention to for this game.
Oh, one lucky turn there.
As Hot Sauce's classic front of stack motion doesn't work out for them this time.
Hot Sauce? What sauce?
A turn offers Hot Sauce another chance to close this one off.
Cameron, what are your thoughts?
As you can see, Jason waited for me to take a mouthful of my food before asking me that. Oh, my thoughts is that Chris's hat has come off. That's when you know someone gets serious. Oh, Dana with the layout save. Exquisite work in the red zone. Can she punch it in to finish off this game? Floaty in front of Sarah. And I think that is the game.
Like Bob the Boulder, yes she can. Yes.
And that is a scoreline of 15-2. Good job by the Sauce. I don't know if there's a call or if that is the game. It looks like that is the game, with hand slapping going on.
Hot Sauce proving why they are the hottest sauce.
Cameron, any takes or thoughts before we wrap up this game?
I think it was a very good game. I really hope that UCT had a good time despite the scoreline. I think it's important to take the wins that you can from these moments, and yeah, so I just hope that it wasn't a demoralizing experience, as I know sometimes in my own experience as well, it can be very demoralizing to play a team that is just much more experienced with you. So yeah, but shout out to Hot Sauce. I think they played very well. Not too many turnovers, specifically in the second half. So well played for them, and good luck for both teams for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, shout out UCT. I think it's some new blood, and they managed to get them involved, and I love to see that. I hope we continue to see them playing and growing, and eventually joining Nomad. Darren, your final thoughts before we wrap up this commentary?
Always a difficult game for UCT to come in from the start. Like you said, a lot of positives to take out, a lot of momentum to carry forward.
Ollie,
Best of
how
luck
should we? How are you
them.
shutting this down? Sorry, no, Darren, finish. We're not shutting it down.
And I'm done. I'm done. Editor, cut that.
When Darren finished the thought. Okay. Darren, finish your thoughts.
Finish speaking.
Finish your thoughts.
It was 15-2. It just changed now. Like when we.
All right, I'm stopping this. I'm wrapping this up.
We're stopping.
We'll be right back after the break.
Break.